Hey everyone, finished watching the next episode of Power Rangers RPM, In or Out. This episode got a DVD release through a promo toy inclusion. I have no idea why this episode in particular was chosen. I popped in the DVD because I was curious, and there's not anything particularly special on it. There's a couple of lame Operation Overdrive things for some reason, and a lame Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2010 toy commercial. One of the Overdrive features has Spencer in it at least, so that's something. On to the actual episode. Dr. K introduces the Rangers to Jem and Gemma. They finish each other's sentences and like explosions. They also apparently are proud of shooting first and asking questions later. I can see that particular trait being a bit of an issue at some point. Shifter, Crunch, and Tenaya 7 walk right into Corinth with a new plan to do something to the oxygen. Dr. K, meanwhile, tells the team that it's because of her experience in alphabet soup that she's emotionally distant, and she wants to try and overcome it. She's decided to start calling the Rangers by their actual names. She goes to each Ranger, telling them how much she appreciates them, except Ziggy. An alarm sounds, and the Rangers head out. Ziggy wants to remain and complain to Kay, but Dylan drags him into action. Shifter, Crunch, and Tenaya 7 are in an oxygen plant, breaking things. I kind of thought they'd be like setting a bomb or something, but now they're just kind of like punching things. The Rangers come in and stop them. Tenaya activates a giant suction fan. It sucks in and destroys some grinders. Ziggy almost gets sucked in, but luckily Jem and Gemma turn off the machine. They chase after the bad guys, but Scott stops them. Colonel Truman also orders them to hold back. Inside the base, Truman informs the Rangers that the oxygen plant will take time to repair, so he wants the city's shields at maximum. Jem and Gemma want to go outside the dome and attack Avengix base. Truman is willing to let them, but he warns that they can't lower the shields once they're outside. Jem and Gemma just respond with, meh. Scott thinks they might have a good idea, that they should launch more offensive attacks on Vengix. Truman doesn't think it's a good idea. Vengix, meanwhile, has created a new attack bot, Vacuum Bot. Scott, Summer, and Kay discover a possible plan by Vengix to suck the air out of Corinth by way of an underground tunnel. Scott tries to warn his father, but he won't listen. Scott slips through the city's shields before they're locked. He finds Jem and Gemma and helps them in their assault on Vengix's base. He has a hard time trying to command them, they just want to blow things up. Inside Corinth, Kay detects the oxygen decreasing. They plan to send out the Rangers to investigate. The shields can't be lowered, so they each use their special abilities to slip through the propane vent. Ziggy is still bitter about Kay not calling him by name. Scott, Jem, and Gemma, meanwhile, have successfully thwarted Vengix's plan and are battling the vacuum bot. It grows, and the other Rangers help out with their Megazords. Jem and Gemma combine their Zords with the others and destroy the vacuum bot. Kay once again personally addresses each Ranger and congratulates them on their victory. Once she reaches Ziggy, however, an alarm sounds, and she leaves without telling him anything. This is yet another stellar episode. Jem and Gemma shine. They're fun characters. The villains have a decent plan that requires clever thinking on the Rangers' side to take care of. Kay starts to open up a little to her team, except to Ziggy, of course. Ziggy has his own theory on why she doesn't call him by name, and I have to agree. He thinks she's in love with him, but won't allow herself to admit it. I don't know. I don't think in love is quite... I think there's definitely feelings she has for him, and that's why she's still hesitant to fully open up to him the way she has to the other Rangers. Scott and his father get some interaction, and we can see how far they've come when it comes to listening to each other. Truman is more open to hearing Scott out, sometimes. Other times, he's very adamant in his choices. Scott, Ziggy, and Kay seem to be the focus of this episode, which is a little odd, considering it's the first episode where Jem and Gemma join the team. I would have expected them to be the focal characters. And they are important to the plot, but yeah, they're not the focus characters. Not much to talk about with this one. It's really good, lots of fun, all the best of what's to be expected from RPM. It's just that it's pretty straightforward. The vacuum bot doesn't talk or even make noises. No new weapons are introduced. We have 2 new Rangers, but there's not much to say about them yet. Hopefully we'll learn more about Jem and Gemma in future episodes. Maybe they'll get flashbacks like the rest of the team. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya. Meh, 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 meh.